Okay, this is delivery 021. We're going to be rescuing someone from a mule camp. Armed mule camp. I will be taking the off-roader because I have it upgraded with, I have it customized with the sticky gun, which was a reward for opening up the place. Let me see. Opening up the South Distribution Center to begin with. So you should have all of this. This is something that you should definitely have. We will be, sorry, standard order just threw me because it wasn't there last time. I will be using the Maser gun for a vehicle that is in camp, and other than that, we will be using the gloves that we got for a 2-star reward for this same location for F2. So, but I'll go over that in the fabrication window.
Hey Sam, Charlie here. This order is a hostage rescue operation. The target for extraction is this man. He was conducting a search in a mining region when communications abruptly ceased. He went there at the behest of the Dowser, who resides at the next facility you need to link up. Take heed that the mine in question is currently under the control of the armed survivalists, a faction whose members have no reservations about using lethal force and should be considered a serious threat. To make matters worse, some of them have been observed wearing armor as well as active skeletons. Such enemies will possess increased mobility and defensive capabilities. It would therefore be prudent to bring equipment to counter these advantages. There's no telling how much longer they'll keep the hostage alive. Moreover, saving him may help us to pursue future objectives in this region and beyond. Regardless, this is a matter of life and death for the Dowser's friend. Give your preparations all due consideration. He's counting on you, Sam.
Okay. So I'll write these all out in the description as well. I'm going to be taking 3 PCCs, but we might only use 2. One is for Watchtower so that we can see everything. Although Dahlman works really well, but I like the counter on the top of the screen that the Watchtower gives. So we're going to do a Watchtower. There's one for, I will probably put a mailbox down in the chiral network area, because that's where it has to go, near the Watchtower, because, you know, loot, and you might not be able to get it all. And then one because we have to continue driving to the Dowser, and it's off the network, and oh, if it's off the network, that's not going to work. Anyway, I'm still taking 3 just in case. Doesn't matter. And then I am using the Maser handgun on the vehicle. There's in the mule camp, there's like a front and a back. They're pretty well separated into 2 main sections, and it's connecting by a road that has a vehicle with 3 people on it. One shot from the Maser handgun will take out the entire vehicle, all 3 people on the vehicle, and it's very nice. So I'm going to use that. And then other than that, we will be using the combat power gloves. This, just get behind somebody, and instead of bind with strand, you'll see breakdown, and we'll end up electrocuting everybody. So this is going to work on even the heavies and stuff like that. So I think that's it. PCCs. Okay, we are going to take a couple of materials. There is an auto paver right there that we are going to use. Everything that's needed for it except for the crystals are going to be in a tent right next to it, so we can just use that. But if you bring 300 chiral crystals with you, you'll be able to finish that section of freeway, which is really nice. And then the mine, there is a mine there. It is inactive, and it requires 960 special alloy. I was able to find 400 and some at the camp, but I'm going to claim the other 540, if we can get that much. So then we can get the mine up and running too. And this is another reason to take a vehicle. You do not need to have the freeway built between here and there. It's actually really smooth sailing. It's just like an extra bonus. See, it's pretty smooth. Okay, we're gonna go as far as the line.
Someone's out there.
Okay, so here's the vehicle. One shot with the Maser pistol will take out the whole vehicle and all three of them. And we'll be getting them from that grass pile over there. And then we've got, in the front section, we've got this guy. And these two. And then we've got that guy. And that guy. And then there's, the rest of them are all in the back. There's the next auto paver. The 400 and 300 ceramics are in the tent next to it. And then we just brought the 3,300 chiral crystals. I see, make sure everybody's tagged. It says 14, so we should be okay. Because that's how many I saw. Okay, our first guy is going to be in the yard here. There he is. That's him right there. We're going to wait until he comes over here because it's a solid wall. And then the second guy, which is in the back, tends to circle this building and go inside and come out and circle and stuff like that. Alright. Gonna walk along that wall.
Definitely not alone.
Stabilize. If you don't have the gloves, you can use bind with strand the same way. Okay, keep an eye on guard tower guy. Don't get lured by that guy because that guy. You can hear the skeletons they're wearing, I guess. Apparently Sam oils his. Because he's not as... Guard tower guy's coming back. The lower guy should eventually go look out that way, along there. Yeah, right there. I'm just waiting for upstairs guy. I don't trust his peripheral, so I'm going to wait till he goes back into the other position. It's never gotten me because I've never trusted it, just because of other experiences. So I'm not going to say you can't go up and get him right now. I'm just not going to. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for them to do another cycle. Get back in the truck and head to the back, and then we'll take out this guy, and then we'll wait for them in the patch of grass over there. I could have done this running earlier, I just had a thought. Instead of going down that ramp, just go down this way. They all are heavy, it seems like. Where's the truck? Okay, major done. Have it ready. Charge. Got all three. Nice. Alright, back up top. Put it away. Okay, we've got one guy here, one guy on this side that passed back to these tanks and stuff and back, and that's our quarry. That's where we're going ultimately. And there's a guy in this green tent. 2 at the far end, and then 1... Where are you? There you are. Right by the mine. So that's our remaining 6. Take out this guy first. One of these days, looting is going to be my undoing. Some WD-40. Down. Guy's there now. He's this guy. There's a guy that passed all that whole way. So be aware of that when you drop down. Try and be good to you, Sam, but wait. Just keep the wall between you and this guy, because if he's not outside, he's in the building, and he might see you through a window. That's new. Adapt. The odds of the timing on that guy who has such a long path back and forth to be looking right out the window when I got him is slim. That's so slim. It's alright. We'll adapt. Do I have... That is the only gun I have. If I had the bullet gun, I would totally use it to... Stop facing me! Every time I turn around, he's like gonna face me. There we go. So that worked out. But... So, pay attention to that. I guess I just never saw that sight line. I was here, and this guy who paths outside that building and all the way back down just happened to be right there in the window. So just make sure he is not right there in the window when you do that. Okay, 3 more, and then we'll go get our guy. He's gonna come back to this tent, which is safer because of those 2 guys up there. It'll separate him out. Here's the auto paver, by the way. You can see if you bring 300 crystals with you, you can go ahead and make this section of road, because the 400 metals and the 320 metals, 320 ceramics are right here. So we're going to be doing that before we leave, because then we'll use the road to go farther down to get to where we're going to cross over the mountain. Here he comes. Don't give my position away. Okay, the guy in the guard tower seems to spend time on the two front corners. So we're gonna get the lower guy first. Actually, we're not. I take that back. The lower guy is in front, so we're gonna head up. Change my mind. If that guy had been, like, coming back, we would have just waited in the grass and gotten him first. I'm not getting him with a mazer gun, because the mazer gun can't do heavies in a single shot. Unless they're on a truck. Then they can. The central column. Alright, he's changing his mind. It's not prepared for that. I don't think he can get down without making noise. Okay. Good job, Sam. Gimme. Alright, let's go repair the road. So ceramics.
Feels good.
400 metal. And 300 crystals that we brought with us. I love the roads. Alright, now let me check this back mule box. We're gonna look for special alloys. Last time I was here, the game did give us some special alloys. And I calculated what we needed based on that, but if it's totally random, then we might not be able to do this. But we might be able to start up the mine. Put it in the truck. Alright, now, second one. Remember where the second one is. Here we go. Yep, same number. So grab these, and then we'll just offload this stuff. Alright, let's go feed these into the mine. Well, apparently I got a floating carrier. Add this much. Then we got more to find. Twin Valley Mine. Alright, let's get the last... And then we'll drive the truck in and pick up our... Alright, you... Come here. God, this thing's gonna knock it off. At least everything's small. Alright, just put it on that. Alright. Let's get out of here. Oh.
Yeah.
We'll go turn in all of the special alloys and hope we have enough to start the mine up, which would be nice. 'Cause I haven't actually done that yet. real quick.
Feels good.
$150. Let's see what we can do. And then we'll put everything in the truck and go. This is so not part of the quest just because we're here. It's only because we're here. And I had it on me because we got it from the camp. So thank you, mules. All right, let's go. Start up. Ah, calm down, Satan. I wish I could move bodies. I hope I don't kill anything.
Look that one.
Wowzer!
Alright, where is it? Can't see it in the dark. Oh, there it is.
You're mine.
Perfect. So we did bring it up. I don't even know what this mine mines. Gives us chemicals. Alright, so this mine will give you chemicals if you need them. 700 when you need them. 720 chemicals for 120 chiral crystals. Which I don't need. Okay, let's go get our guy. I don't know how to like that. Alright, you.
The man we came to rescue appears to be unconscious. Place him in a protective bag and get him to safety.
Along with the 320 ceramics.
All right, time to take our ailing friend to the Dowser shelter. We just need to figure out how to get over these mountains first.
I'll come back for the rest.
Right. Got a little cargo on the shelter.
Okay. Alright, so I think even if you don't create this section of road, even though it's very easy to create it, all you need are the crystals because they give you the metals and ceramics. But we're just going to this slope over here. I was going to put a mailbox on mine. Oh well. There we go. So we went up this slope right here. We went through the mine, up this little darker colored area. Is how I found it. And then we're just gonna head down, and it's on the right. And I tested this song on the channel, and it did not give a copyright strike. So I'm leaving this sound off this time. Get out. No. Okay, we got the PCC level 2. We can now build things such as zip lines. Structures that allow for quick and easy travel between 2 points. A zipline must be strung between 2 anchor points and can be curved as necessary during construction. Be aware that ziplines cannot carry vehicles, but they will allow you to travel with a single floating carrier attached to your waist. And we also got the boost skeleton. Active skeleton designed for maneuverability. It increases movement speed. He already zips along. This will be crazy. Adds additional power to your jumps and increases the top speed of boosting, though doing so will drain the battery. Landing impacts are also softened, and cargo capacity is increased, so carrying an extra 40 kilograms is now possible. Silver, gold, and another song called Give Up, the one we heard on the way in. Alright, my stealth went up to 30. So I got enemy vitals indicator. Displays vital information for enemies detected by the sensor.
So I'm a part of the chiral network now, am I? You can't even begin to imagine how much this is going to benefit my work. As thanks, I've shared the schematic for a level 2 PCC. I sense you'll need to build all kinds of structures to deal with the obstacles you're going to encounter from here on out. For instance, this more advanced PCC will allow you to fabricate zip lines. And this zip line's design is even better than the one you used back in the UCA. I also have another gift to share. A schematic for a boost skeleton. Throw it on and it'll allow you to carry heavy cargo with relative ease. And prepare to be amazed when you give it a boost. You'll run faster than ever and jump even farther too. That's a signature feature. It also has shock absorbers that reduce the damage you take from a big drop. But don't forget that boosting consumes battery power, so make sure you've got enough for when you need to rely on these features. Oh, and in case you're wondering, that friend of mine you rescued is doing well. His condition is stable and he's just catching up on some sleep. I can't thank you enough for getting him out. Like the old design, this zipline enables an individual to travel quickly between 2 anchors. However, you'll find it offers greater comfort and freedom of movement to the rider. Also, the lines themselves can now curve ever so slightly if necessary, which makes zipping around more viable in areas with plentiful obstacles. You see, even if I know where the thing I'm searching for is, it doesn't mean I can get there. That's why I've been looking into tools like this to facilitate travel. And with any luck, I'll have more solutions like this to share in the near future. I search for underground streams and mineral veins. My gift also allows me to perceive distant objects. So people sometimes ask me to track down lost items for them as well. But I only identify the general location. I leave it to my friend to handle the actual retrieval. He'd gone out to secure an item I'd located. The request came from a drawbridge member, actually Hartman. He said it was essential for his research into using the beach for jumping. Anyway, I used my gift to ascertain the item's location. We knew that area wasn't safe, but my friend was willing to take the risk regardless. And despite what happened, he still managed to complete the job. I'll admit, he can be a bit reckless, but when he resolves to do something, he always sees it through. There's another request I'd like to send your way, but I'll need a little more time to get everything in order. I'm still in the middle of processing the item my friend recovered before he got captured. So, I hope you don't mind waiting. I hate to inconvenience you, especially since I wouldn't even be able to make this request if you hadn't saved him. Oh, by the way, do you like apples? My friend brought a few back with him. It's just a shame he grabbed them before they fully ripened. He's got a bit of an impulsive nature, just his way. But don't worry, they'll be ready to eat soon enough. I'll send them to you then. Thank you again, Sam.
I'm glad you were able to get them out safely. That group was more dangerous than your average band of hostiles. Those weapons they were carrying were state-of-the-art. You'll need to keep an eye out for them in the future. Groups like these make me nervous about letting Tomorrow spend time outside, even though she's doing better. When you return to the T3 Magellan, you should see for yourself how much progress she's made. And get some rest. You're long overdue. I'm sure Dahlman's tired too.
Okay. Let's check out this PCC2. Definitely get one of those. So we'll play with that. And then I want to try a boost skeleton. Swap. Recycle the old one. All right.
Yo!
Get close enough.
Very handy. Thank you, Cap.
Happens every time.
Thanks for the help.
Alright, so I saw
Take care.
so speedy. Armed survivalists were using MP bullets that should have been restricted to non-lethal damage when fired at humans, but they've definitely killed people using those guns. Have they found a way of overriding the restrictions? Okay. So now... zip line. I don't know how much distance it allows for. Where is she? She's over here. Change angle. Oh wow.
Construction process now complete.
And jump off! I expected him to go rolling, honestly. Alright, well there's the zip line. No extra materials needed for the first level. Dowser put that there so that we could play with it. Alright, so there you go. There is Order 21, building a road, starting a mine, and learning about zip lines. We did a lot.